All right. All right. Sorry for that little delay right there. I got somebody actually coming. My man Jay is on his way here. But just to get y'all started, man, thank God it is Thursday. Y'all, you guys know what I'm about to say. You guys know what I'm about to say. I'm back from my vacation. Um, so I haven't been making videos for the simple fact that I was going on vacation and I had a little bit of a break. So we haven't had any new subscribers. So no subscriber shout out today, but I am going to kind of talk to you guys about the big changes that you can see with the Soul Dojo gaming channel. It's a great time to subscribe and be a fan of the Soul Dojo and be part of this awesome channel that we have, because E3 is coming up and E3 is like Christmas for gamers. And we're going to talk a lot about well, just in the beginning, we're going to talk a little bit about E3 and what are the changes you're going to see. Um so we decided to break up E3 into four main like days. So we have four conference days, and if you know, like it's like EA, Microsoft, you know, all the major conferences. There's seven of them, and we're gonna end up putting like all this into like 4 days. Stay close to the Soul Dojo. Stay real close. Make sure you guys subscribe, because we're gonna bring out a schedule exactly when we're going live. Exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a pre-show. We're gonna have a live watch along, because we can't necessarily show E3 on the stream, but we'll have a live watch along. You'll get live reactions from me and the crew. You'll also get a post show that you get with your subscription, of course. And what we might end up doing is, if you have a computer and you have Discord, you'll be able to actually call in to us and we'll be able to kind of get your opinion also, because this is our channel, not just my channel, of course, but this is your guys' channel also, and you get to come in and talk a lot about the games that we have here. I'm waiting a little bit for Jay right now. I'm getting up Discord right now. He is about to join us, and it's super awesome. Thank you, Lauren. I know that everybody's been saying I haven't got a tan, but I know I got one. A little bit of a tan. I know I got one. Let me hit up Jay here. He just called me on Discord. Let me call him right now. You guys might hear it too. What's up, man? Hold on real quick. Say that again? I don't know. Oh no, I don't think I can hear you. Hold on. I can hear you, but I don't know if they can. Hold on. Uh. Hmm. That's weird. Lorena, can you hear Jay? I don't, cause it doesn't have like the bar going up and down, so I don't think they can hear you. But I had to do something too. I forgot what I had to do for my audio. I was like, what?
Well,
Oh, here we go. Here we go. I got you. I got you.
perfect, perfect.
All right, hello.
Yeah.
What is up, man?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much, man. It's good to be back. How was Hawaii, man? Did you hear about that volcano that erupted in Hawaii? Like I think it was like an hour or two ago.
Yeah, I heard that there was like a big I heard there was another eruption in the Big Island. I did hear about that earlier this morning. What's up,
Hmm.
AD? Appreciate you. So yeah, Jay, you joined me, man. I was just talking about our awesome schedule that we have for E3 and all the stuff we're gonna do, man.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up, man. It's probably too much, but it's all well worth it once we kind of sit back
Mhm.
and look at everything.
Mhm. Yeah, it's I was talking about the 4 day kind of thing that we're gonna do, and trying to squeeze all this awesome content into 4 days is actually going to be a lot of work, but it's going to be super fun, especially if you join in. And I was telling everybody that if they have a good computer, if you have a good computer, pretty decent mic, you could definitely come in during the post show and we can hear what you got to say about a lot of the conferences that have been going on. I want to hear other people's opinion, not just in the comments, but of course, you come on Discord, we'll hear what you got to say.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot. Yeah, Discord. You could there's a little community section that allows you to type in the chat and start up a voice call. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's pretty awesome. But are you ready for it, man? Like I've been gone for a week, and a lot of things have been happening in the gaming world. And yesterday I got a lot of things, but I kind of did a deeper look. And I think this topic, me and you are really gonna kind of dig deep into this one right here. I was watching my favorite channel called Game Ranks, and they were doing a video called EA is wrong, and I'm like,
okay, well,
why are they wrong this time?
Yeah.
Well, like, why are they wrong this time? So apparently Blake Jorgensen, who is the CEO of Electronic Arts,
Okay.
had something to say about the Star Wars game that Visual Games was developing. Now, he said that as we kept reviewing the game, which was the Star Wars game, it continued to look like a much linear game, which people don't like as much as they did 10 years ago as they did as much 5 years ago that they did 10 years ago. Then on a blog post, Patrick Soderlin said that, who is another employee of Electronic Arts, EA, he said that in its current state, which is the Star Wars game, in its current state, it was shaping up to be a story-based linear adventure game. It was more clear to deliver the experience that players will want to come back to and enjoy for a long time. We need to pivot the design. So what I get from that is that they say linear in a more negative way. I feel like they say linear as in a very negative fashion. I think that when it comes to Star Wars games, it was going to be a story-driven Star Wars game, which a lot of people want. They saw that it wasn't going to make them money for the longevity, and they decided to scrap that game along with Visual Games and just spread the employees amongst the rest of EA's grunts and EA's other companies. What do you think about those two statements from those employees at EA?
Okay, I'm just so because you mentioned there, I want to say that I did see something about that. I don't know if it was from Game Ranks or I think I've seen somewhere where somebody was like, "Why EA is wrong about single player games." So I'm pretty sure it tied into pretty much what you were talking about. Honestly, I have really much no kind of comment on it. It's kind of something that's been pretty prevalent amongst a lot of developers. And I mean, this wasn't something that is kind of we're hearing a statement, but this wasn't, if I'm not mistaken, it's not something new that we heard about it, because I'm pretty sure that when me and you were talking about the Visceral Games when they disbanded and this whole project, who they're going to switch it off to, the whole reason why they pretty much dropped Visceral Games and were like, okay, well, we can delay this product, was because of they were trying to now fit around more that Destiny type form. In fact, that was something that we talked about a lot. If you go back to a lot of our old, pretty much our podcasts, probably I don't think we were even doing podcasts maybe, but our old videos where we talked about a lot about this, is them trying to focus this multiplayer and what was current now. Well, we see that Destiny is failing. Until now, who knows? EA may come out with a dang battle royale game for all I know.
Right, that is completely right, and you're right. Yeah, we talked about it a lot. I think at this point, everybody knows that it's the dumbest thing. We don't know why. EA is a smart company. Why are they making dumb decisions?
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, Adrian, welcome to the chat, and everybody's talking about my tan. You guys are weird. But yeah, it's a weird situation, because when they say we want games that people will come back to and enjoy for a long time, I feel like in modern day gaming, that's saying a lot of microtransactions, a lot of DLC, a lot of games as a service. That's what I think. They want you to throw money into this game long time. And we see games like Destiny do it. We're seeing games like Ghost Recon. We're seeing games like Battlefront.
Yeah,
My bad, I keep getting the two mixed up. Star Wars Battlefront. We're seeing games like that use this kind of method.
Mhm.
And I was watching a video by, I think his name is Downthrust or something like that, and he was
Mhm.
just talking about EA's making loads of money, and they
Yeah.
don't care that Star Wars Battlefront is doing bad
Mhm.
because it's their sports games that are actually keeping them
Exactly.
like way ahead. Yeah, way ahead. And it's like I am really eager to see how E3 is gonna go on EA side. I really want to see what they're gonna bring to the table because we can look at Anthem, and if Anthem fails and it's just nobody buys it or people just hate it, we can see BioWare gone. And I don't know where EA is gonna go from that. So it's a very weird situation. Anything else before we move on from the EA situation? Hello? Did he get off?
Yeah, this was something that I actually voiced with you a while back. It's just with EA
Uh-huh.
not really caring too much, and I mean you can take this on to the business world, period, is that they have a
Mm,
product that sells, and so therefore, I mean, they as long as they're one of those companies that's fine with being unethical. It's fine with, you know what, like, okay, well, we're just gonna do whatever it takes to make money. Now that doesn't say that they don't produce some quality games, but it's for the most
mm-hmm.
part, we can clearly see that's not what their focus is on. You know what I mean? So it's not
Yeah,
nothing
that's
new
right.
from EA. It's just kind of sad that, I mean, we're still talking about, them doing that, but it's nothing new.
It's ridiculous. We'll move on from that because we know it's all gonna come down on Anthem.
Yeah.
It's all gonna come on how Anthem performs, and hopefully Anthem isn't a pay to win, isn't a game for service. Like you continuously put money into the game, and I think right now EA's kind of keeping away from giving us more things about Anthem because they want to keep it on the low, let everything pass over, and we'll see exactly where it goes. So
Mhm.
let's move on to a company that I am actually very happy with at the moment, Nintendo.
Mhm.
So recently they came out with their Nintendo online service. I don't know if Adrian, I know you're in the comments. I don't know if you gotten the memo about the online service from Nintendo, but they brought out the pricing. They brought out what the service will launch with, and they said they're going to talk more about it at E3. So far the pricing for 1 month is going to be $3.99. For 3 months, it will be $7.99,
Mhm.
and for a year, it'll be just $20. And it'll come with online play, 20 games, 20 NES games at launch with the online purchase, which is going to be games like Mario 3, Mario World 3. It's gonna have Legend of Zelda and like 17 other ones. It's also gonna have a smartphone compatibility app that's going to let you talk with your friends online, and apparently they're gonna talk more at E3 about this. So what do you think about the pricing, Jay?
Well, the pricing is phenomenal. I'm actually just hearing about this Nintendo online service. So exactly, is it kind of like, what can I compare it to? Is it kind of like, I wanted to say PlayStation has something like this. Well, I know like the PlayStation 3 has it, like the PlayStation Plus, where you play all of the PlayStation 3 games. So exactly, I mean, is this just like a separate kind of service that you play a lot of um the old Nintendo games on, or how does this full service really work?
Okay, so it's just how like of course with PlayStation 4 you have to pay to play online.
Yeah.
That's what Switch is doing. Right now on the Switch you can play online for free.
Okay, I figured that.
Because not everything is set up.
Yeah.
Yeah, not everything is set up. So I've been playing Splatoon, as you can tell over here on this video over here. I'm literally playing Splatoon on this video right now. It's
Mhm.
super fun, super great game. If you have a Switch and you don't have it, you need to get it. It's so competitive. It's super fun.
Mhm.
But I'm playing on it for free. But as soon as the service comes out, I'll be paying. I'll probably just throw them $20
Yeah.
and be done with it for a year.
Yeah.
AD said he's getting a Switch ASAP. You need to after E3 when they're talking about Super Smash Brothers. It's gonna be crazy. And I want to see what else comes with it because Nintendo has been open about not bringing Netflix and Hulu and
Hmm.
all those show streaming services.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would like to have YouTube though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you feel
YouTube
like
is
they would
probably
stay
like the
away from that
basic.
altogether?
Yeah. No, I think at least, like I said, and I mean, we talked about this a while back, and their whole reasoning behind it, and you can respect Nintendo as that, their main goal is to be able to focus quality more than anything else. If they can sacrifice some of these kind of important things, but things that you can kind of do without, they will. I think that it'd be nice to at least have YouTube. Um, Netflix is not really one that you really have to do, but at least YouTube, I think pretty much you could find, like, I'm pretty sure by now PlayStation 2 has a dang YouTube option on it. You know what I mean? So I think at least YouTube. They don't have to go all out like PlayStation and have the Hulu, the NBA TV, and all these things like that. They could probably
I
suffice
think
with
that's
two.
absolutely right. Yeah, I think so too. I think that they should at least put like YouTube, and I don't know. Nintendo's always done like some weird stuff when you get online capability. Like they done like the Mii World and
Hmm.
stuff like that. They did that for the Wii and Wii U. I don't know if they're gonna do something like that. Also, I think they're gonna have a whole big old presentation for E3, especially just for what they're gonna bring with the online service. Because you're getting so little for a
Hmm.
little price, also. So
Yeah.
I'm not really complaining about it. Nintendo's doing great, and I love them. Let's go on to the games that were leaked while I was in Hawaii.
Mhm.
So Walmart leaked the whole pipe. I mean, wow.
Wow. Yeah.
They leaked at least 20 games. A
Wow.
lot of these
Was it
games
even a
we
leak?
know. Yeah. Yeah. Well, because it popped up on the shop, I guess. And everybody like took a picture of it and everybody started writing down. A lot of these games we heard, and there's 20 of them. I'm just gonna go down the list and we'll just talk about legitimacy or not, basically. So we have Tom Clancy's The Division 2. We've heard that The Division 2 is coming. Any excitement from Division 2 from you?
Not really. I
On
mean, we don't have much information. If we're going off of what we got from the first one, then probably wouldn't. Like I said, if the division wasn't a bad game, but it was definitely one that it would lose its longevity. And that's the thing about, a lot of these games nowadays is that, and I mean, it fits into this era that we're in, where you have a lot of
mm-hmm.
games that are not built for longevity. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have your
Yeah.
Halo type games where you could sit here and play for 2, 3, 4 years until they make another one. It's always
Mm-hmm.
based upon, okay, well, let's do another game each year. So hopefully, I mean, little excitement. I won't say little excitement. I'm not fully dead on it, but I'll probably get it at like the cheapest price possible. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, I hear you. No, what's up, Charles? No, you're not late, man. We just getting heated up over here, man. We just getting heated up. And
Zombies might do it.
Ad- yeah. Adrian said the Switch already has Hulu and Netflix app finished. They're just waiting on the okay. Well, I've been hearing that they're not doing Netflix.
Mm,
And I'm not saying like I don't want it, but
mm,
I like the fact that Nintendo is focusing more on the games and on their Nintendo
yeah.
things, I like that fact that they're not even worried about that. So I mean, if it comes out, that's fine. That's kind of cool, like Netflix on the Switch. But
Mm,
um, the Division 2 needs to get zombies on the Division 2 would go
they
ham.
would.
They're talking about zombies on the Division 2. I
Mm,
think I mean it would fit into the story.
yeah.
Really, because
Exactly.
an affection that's going around. So I don't know. I want a different setting though, because I loved the New York setting. Don't get me wrong, but it would be nice if they put it in Los Angeles, maybe Chicago. Ubisoft is very good at making Chicago.
Hmm.
I don't think they had a game in Los Angeles recently.
Hmm.
Ubisoft game. No, but they're good at creating worlds. Just in cities, really good. So I think that would be pretty awesome. So I want to hear one.
Because PC is life.
Oh my god, no, it's Adrian. We gonna save that one for the end. All right, we gonna save that question for the end. So we got a new Splinter Cell. The last Splinter Cell was
Awesome.
Splinter Cell Blacklist.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be dope.
Mm.
We've been hearing a lot of speculation. We've been hearing that it's coming, so I hope it's true. And this next game you're ready for, Jay. It's The Last of Us 2.
Awesome. You said they leaked that?
I guess they put the box art out there or something happened.
Yeah, so
Like,
that one is kind of one we
you know what I'm
already knew
saying?
was. Isn't that scheduled for this year?
Goodness, I just heard like I think it's scheduled for this year. If it's scheduled for this year, God of War is in trouble. But
Mhm.
if it's not, God of War has it in the bag. But if Last of Us 2, we're gonna see. We're gonna talk more about Last of Us
Well,
2
then
in a
again, we're
minute.
right before E3, so I guess it still would be considered leaked because they haven't officially said anything, I believe, yet. I could have sworn I saw a trailer. Maybe yeah, you're right. New Splinter Cell will be great. I love the old ones. So I always enjoy the Splinter Cells.
Really good stealth game. And we're gonna talk more about the game that's kind of probably gonna be a little bit like it. We'll talk about it a little bit later. Also, let's get in the comments. Charles, no, I was gonna watch the Days Gone gameplay, but I was trying to get everything else set up for this podcast. Days Gone does look like a game that I'm getting tired of the zombies in games though. At the same time, like I'm getting tired of it's always been like for the last 5 years it's been nothing but zombie games. So I've been like laxed on Days Gone and I haven't watched too much, but I'm pretty sure when the game comes out we'll see how it goes. I'm pretty sure I might end up liking it.
Yeah, we know that Last of Us was announced, but I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm almost certain. I could have sworn, and maybe I'm gonna look it up. I could have sworn that it was set for this year, unless I'm just like losing my mind.
Adrian, we know that Last of Us was announced at E3. We know that, but for some reason, like Walmart like put it out there like for shopping and stuff like that, because you know Walmart doesn't necessarily do pre-orders.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's just weird that they did that. So the next game they have is Just Cause 4. I haven't heard nothing about it. Just Cause 4.
I think I've ever played or even seen Just Cause. Maybe I have.
It's that game where like if you've seen it's like Mad Max. It's like an open world. You just do chaotic crap in it. Whatever. I'm gonna start naming some really awesome games. Metroid Prime. Now we heard Metroid Prime was gonna come out. Well, we heard it got announced last E3. So we know we're probably definitely gonna see it for Nintendo. They leaked out an Assassin's Creed game. What's weird about that is that Ubisoft made it seem like Assassin's Creed Origins was gonna be for the longevity.
Yeah.
They made it. They were making DLC. They were gonna make it a longer Assassin's Creed game. It was gonna probably last over for like I think 2-3 years. It's funny how they're saying Assassin's Creed, but Assassin's Creed has reached out to other platforms though. We seen it on I think we seen it on mobile, I believe. Mobile. We seen smaller independent games. I think for like the Vita.
Yeah.
So I mean this could be anything. Of course, they leaked out NBA 2K19. We all know that's coming. WWE 2K19. We all know that's coming. Dragon Quest 2. That's an interesting one. Super Smash Brothers, of course. Borderlands 3 on the Unreal 4 engine.
I know that a lot of people have been looking forward to that the game had such a big following. Just kind of later on into its cycle, because I know that a lot of people switch from what was it, Borderlands 2 to or I mean not switch, well they switched to it from Destiny. A lot of people around that time, I think it was probably about a year or two ago, they were just like, yeah, but we're getting tired of Destiny, and they jumped on the Borderlands and enjoyed it a lot better. So I know a lot of people be looking forward to that.
More stronger in the story in Borderlands, and of course the characters are a lot more lovable. Of course, Forza Horizon 5, and this is a big one. Gears of War 5.
Wow, really? Gears of War 5 already?
Let's talk about how that's gonna impact for Microsoft for the Xbox One X. I think that's a good one for Xbox One X.
Yeah, I think that's smart considering the last. But then again, the last Gears of War 4, it's 2016. Man, I'm telling you, dude, like time is flying. Like, you don't even understand. Like I'm about to go and see this new Deadpool movie this weekend, and like that movie came out in 2016. So like 2016 was like a big year for a lot of things, because literally everything that I'm looking at happened in 2016. But I think that'll be great for Microsoft. The last
Xbox.
Microsoft Xbox. The Gears of War 4 did really well. A lot of people liked it, and honestly, I wish I could have played it, because I mean I've always enjoyed the Gears of War game.
Yeah, Microsoft is kind of, you're seeing a little bit of life for them, because they got State of Decay. I believe it's in beta or it's out right now. We seen Sea of Thieves, even though it's been received a little up and down.
Mhm.
And we're hearing Halo 6 rumors. So if all this is true, but listen, if all this is true, they have Gears of War. They're probably gonna swing out their Halo 6. If Halo 6 at least has like a good story, if they can at least focus on Master Chief, and just don't go overboard with the multiplayer. They know what I mean. 343 knows what I mean by overboard. Don't be influenced by other first person shooters for the multiplayer on Halo 6. Keep it Halo. And I think as long as they bring out maybe four more new ideas, just for Xbox One X, I think Xbox be looking good for the E3. Just for E3.
Let me ask you this. Well, two questions then, because I think now we talked about what Microsoft could do, and we'll talk through E3 about what Microsoft could do, and probably for the next 7 years what Microsoft could possibly do. But for the Gears of War 5, so we say that that's kind of a maybe that's what they're doing. We'll see more for E3 if that's confirmed. Now, how big of an impact do you think they would have? Because we talked about Gears of War 4. Gears of War 4 did really well. Metacritic gave them 84, and Metacritic doesn't like anybody. But they gave them 84. IGN gave them a 9.2. And the good thing that I told you about Gears of War 4 is that they had that cross-platform. So it was on the PC? Windows computer and on the Xbox, which is just something that a lot of people want to be able to do, and they capture that. How big of an impact do you think that'll have for Microsoft going forward if this is something that's actually confirmed?
Good question. I think that a lot of people will be excited, especially Xbox people, because it's going to be a Gears of War game that's going to be developed with Xbox One X in mind. So they're going to utilize the power of the Xbox One X in this Gears of War game. I feel like we're going to see maybe Felix in the squad return in this one. This is just early predictions from me. I think that's maybe a little far-fetched, but maybe we might see some old characters returning. I think for the longevity, for the overall impact, I think Gears of War is always a positive for Microsoft and Xbox. If they do, I think it's going to be even more of a big positive if it's Halo also, because it kind of seems like, oh, okay, so it's that kind of year for Xbox. They're going for it all. And I think if the rumors are true, that they're saying that they're putting money towards new ideas and development, we should be looking at a better Xbox going forward, and hopefully we see a better Xbox going forward, because this E3 will determine if I buy another Xbox.
So let me ask this then. So we had that. Now on to Halo 6, if it is an in fact thing. Would you want to, now I want you to really think about this one, because I sat here and I thought about this for the past 15 minutes or so. Would you would you really want to see, would you much rather 343 take an approach kind of like they did with, I mean, not 343, but taking the approach that Bungie did with ODST and just kind of separate a whole different story? Would you really want them to go back towards that Master Chief route? Because we know that Master Chief is a big part, but I think that they're kind of been just the last, they started Halo 4, so we got Halo 4, what, are we on Halo 5 right now?
Yeah, it's still Halo 5.
So Halo 4, Halo 5, and they were mediocre at best. Do you really want to see them possibly go that route and possibly put it more into the ground, or would you much rather them just take kind of that ODST route and tell a kind of a different story, different characters, which, Master Chief in mind, obviously it always relates back, but take that kind of route just to, that way they don't really ruin this franchise like they have been.
So with Halo 5, I remember that they told a story about a team that was trying to find Master Chief, like he really needs to be found. I think that's what annoyed me the most. You know what? If they do something like ODST and tell a story from a lower ranked officer like they did, but they did it so well. Bungie did it so well, because it wasn't the flow of the game was different. It wasn't always just shooting. There was like a mystery you had to solve.
Yeah, exactly.
If they do it in a bigger scale than ODST, then because remember ODST was kind of that with the multiplayer and everything, it was kind of that add-on to Reach.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If they do it on a bigger scale, I wouldn't be mad at telling a different story that would kind of revert back to Master Chief.
Mhm.
But the way they did it with Halo 5, it was just ridiculous. The stories, the characters weren't good, and it's ridiculous because the guy who plays what's the guy on Marvel's Netflix series?
You talking about?
What's his name? Luke Cage. Luke Cage.
Oh, okay.
The guy who played Luke Cage was on there.
Really?
He still wasn't good. It's like this guy's a good actor, and
Yeah.
how is he still not good in Halo 5? Like, so yeah, bigger scale. If you make it, if you can talk about another Spartan,
Mhm.
maybe like he's still like a Spartan 6 or whatever they're on right now,
Yeah.
and you just kind of he has his own story, his own problem,
Mhm.
and then it reverts back to like somehow on Master Chief.
Yeah.
I can live with that. And a good multiplayer,
Yeah.
you got my money with that. You got my money with that.
Because the thing is, it could extend the especially, and I mean, I like the idea that you present Microsoft or 343 gonna have to hire you, but at least, like I said, because the main goal is that we're trying to. Halo is kind of was switched this thing to where, you know what, they're doing these games a lot sooner than before. So, you know, Halo, what I think it was like 8 years that we spent playing, or 8 years of its
Halo
life
3.
cycle that it's been until we got the new one or whatever. But I think, I asked that because I like the idea that you presented, because we're looking at them being able to extend the longevity, and even if they don't tell, you know, the full story in the Halo 6, you know, let's say for instance they kind of just leave you on a cliffhanger. Well, at least, you know, you're giving someone a reason to buy this other game, and that way you don't have to tweak the multiplayer too much. Because like I said, ODST, I mean, it just added some new things, like a couple little things here and there, but it didn't really tweak the multiplayer too much. You know, it was just an add-on, but it worked. You know what I mean? It worked, and people loved it. So
AD said, I thought this was supposed to be about PlayStation. We're getting to that right after this. Yeah, we're gonna talk about PlayStation's Big Four. We just look. We talk a lot about PlayStation on this channel. We talk so good about PlayStation on this channel. We want Microsoft to do just as well.
Yeah.
That's why me and Jay are over here. Just so one of these Microsoft employees be like, I saw the Seoul Dojo, and they're right. We're gonna start doing this and that and this and that and this. Okay, if you're here for PlayStation, and Lorena, tell your homegirl I said appreciate you. You know, we out here doing big things popping, little things stopping. All right. If you're here for PlayStation, we're gonna talk about PlayStation. PlayStation, Jay, I don't know if you heard about it, but while I was in Hawaii, they said that they were gonna focus on their big three during their Sony press conference. The Sony press conference is going to be at 6 p.m. Pacific time. On June 11th, we're going to do a pre-show, a live streaming of that, not of the show, but we're going to do a live watch along, and we're going to do a post show. AD, if you can get either here or get on an awesome computer and like have a mic with you, we'll put you on Discord. You can join us for that. Same thing with you, Charles. I know you got a nice little setup. Tashelle, Lorena, everybody, you guys are welcome to the post show. So let's start with the big four that they're gonna announce here. Or they're gonna go more in depth, I guess. They're gonna focus on Death Stranding, Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man, and Last of Us 2. Now, Jay, when I say that to you, what does that mean that they're going to focus on their big four?
I'm assuming that this is probably their considering that these are all games that are yet to come out or really even have much information. I guess I'm assuming that these are they're considering these they're going to be their four heavy hitters for the upcoming years or however long they take. So I think they just put more time into it, which is great. I mean, and another amazing Spider-Man game is kind of in need, so I think it'd be pretty cool.
I think I just want to know, what does that mean you're going to focus? What does that mean? Are you just going to show the four games, just these four games, and maybe like an independent, because they always do like an independent montage of all the independent games at the end. So are you going are you going to talk 10 minutes about Death Stranding?
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to get that much information?
That's a
Or
good
are you going to
question.
do, all right, we're going to go really deep into Death Stranding for 5 minutes. Then we're going to show another game. Because a lot of good games that PlayStation had
Yeah.
wasn't necessarily focused on in the last E3. We didn't get the big focus on Hellblade. We didn't get the big focus on Nier.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get the big focus on Neo.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like these games are 9 and above.
Mm-hmm.
So I still want to I know what your heavy hitter is, but I still want to hear about the other games and the other ideas that PlayStation is coming out from. So how big is your focus here? You know what I'm saying?
That's a good question. Yeah. Didn't think of it.
Wonderful question.
Yeah.
No Days Gone though. Charles, you were talking about Days Gone. They're like Days Gone isn't part of the big 4. They didn't make a big 5. You know what I'm saying? And that's a big game too. It did get slated for 2019 earlier, I think this month.
Mm-hmm.
But Days Gone looks like an awesome game too. But are they still going to talk about it? I think that's my big issue with that.
Mm-hmm. I think now, since you did bring up that point, are they just going to give us all that information? Which, who knows? Maybe they. I mean, PlayStation's kind of at that point to where they don't really need to, but it'd be nice if they did, because I mean, who wouldn't want to hear more about the Last of Us, the Spider-Man game? I know that's one that you definitely, and I believe Key also was really hyped for. The Ghost of Tsushima, I'm saying right, Ghost of Tsushima. You did a video on it. I think it's one of the highest viewed videos. If you haven't seen it, go check that out on this channel. Yeah. So it would be nice. Right. I mean, especially for us as content creators. But yeah, we would like to kind of be able to dip into all of the bags. So, we're focused here on not all of these much bigger games, but a lot of the smaller independent games and kind of bringing a lot of exposure to those. So hopefully they don't just blow by them. And we got to doing all this research to figure out about them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the big 4 for a minute then. So the first one, Death Stranding, I know me and you talked about it, or I kind of went more in depth about it. If you guys don't know, go ahead and watch the trailers. If you guys do know about it, go ahead and get in the comments and let me know what you think about Death Stranding. Death Stranding is Kojima's baby. It's Hideo Kojima. He was done with Konami. He was done with that. He was done with the a Metal Gear Solid. He was done with all that, so he said, you know what, I'm gonna go make my own game with my own team. Death Stranding is what we're getting. We're getting something weird from this game. Hearing about it, I mean, I can't wait to hear more about it, because I want to know what the game is really about, because we've seen dudes, I don't know, it was like a tank in the dude body, and he had a baby inside of it, and then the camera went inside of there, and then the baby's just like, and I'm like, what in the world? And we just don't know what's going on. So I'm just like, all right, what is Hideo Kojima going on with this game? So there's so little to talk about it. Have you seen any trailers, Jay?
I have not, but I just kind of did a quick Google search here, and I'm kind of just looking at, for one, the graphics are phenomenal, but I'm just kind of looking at it, and it's I might have to check out a trailer. It looks pretty awesome. Looks like you tell a pretty good story here. So yeah, it's looking, just off of the pictures alone, it's gonna probably make me look more into this, because I had never really heard much about this game, which, like I said, you go more in detail than me. I kind of stay on the surface. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to check a trailer out for that, because it's looking, and just kind of way you're describing it, it's freaking looking awesome.
It's weird that PlayStation picks that one, because it's so far from, I think it's so far from completion, really, because we've only seen trailers, and the trailers that you see are like little movies and stuff. It's not actual gameplay trailers. Hopefully we might get one during E3, but I think if they're gonna keep showing trailers, I mean, I wish they would kind of put that aside, because making these trailers, it takes a lot of manpower, So I wish they would. Maybe that would be the one I switched out for Days Gone, because we seen gameplay of Days Gone. But we don't know exactly where Death Stranding stands. But let's move on to Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima, AD was the one that actually sent me the first video, the announcement trailer of this. And I was really impressed that Sucker Punch went this route and stopped doing Infamous. The game, it looks like it's going to be a open world stealth game that's a lot like Splinter Cell. Another game it's going to be a lot like is Metal Gear. So I think it's going to be a pretty awesome game. You're playing, I don't know why people don't do games in this era. It's called, feudal Japan.
Mm-hmm.
I think that kind of era would be so awesome. I think the two eras people need to start hitting on more is like Victorian London and feudal Japan. I think that would be super awesome.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know about Ghost of Tsushima?
Not too much, obviously, and I'm taking a look at the trailer because I know that I watched the trailer that you talked about it, but not really too much. I'm just kind of lost. Like, this is one of those games that it like reaches my threshold to where I just kind of stop paying attention because it seems like it's really, which is a good thing because it seems like it has so much detail to it that I'm like, you know what, this is one of those games that I just watch on YouTube, because it's going to be too much for me to kind of grasp and try to figure all out while I'm playing it. So not too much, but I'm looking forward to hearing a lot more about all of these games come E3. I think these next couple of weeks I'll kind of dive in and do my research like I should be doing.
Yeah. Charles says that a Samurai PS4 game is a great combo, and Dynasty Warriors kind of does feudal Japan stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That is kind of true. Also, I think, what's that game called? It's I didn't get it because it was gonna be too hard of a game for me to grasp and play. It's called For Honor. There we go. For Honor is kind of feudal Japan also with a lot of the characters. It's a great game too. And yeah, there's like only a few games because everybody picks like either modern day, maybe like super old medieval time. Like medieval time is for everything. That's like if you look at Skyrim, any Elder Scrolls, any RPG, they always pick the medieval time. But there's a few games that are set in Victorian London. If you look at The Order 1886, we got Vampire that's coming out. Feudal Japan, literally, there's like 3. And I think we need to hit more on that. I think that'll be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And Samurai. Oh yeah, Neo is basically a Samurai Warrior game also.
Well, I think it'd be pretty cool.
And yeah, there's a couple of games that they're finally coming around with the samurai games, man. There's a couple. Maybe even Assassin's Creed need to do it. They really need to do it.
You think so?
I think they need to put one in Japan. Yeah, because if Assassin's Creed did one, they could do like outside the Animus, like a futuristic Tokyo would be awesome.
Yeah.
It would be super awesome. And then their ancestor would be like a samurai ninja assassin. Like that's gangster. Like you say that you feel gangster. Like it's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
So for Assassin's Creed, because I know that like the last one I played was 2 or 3. I can't remember. It was the one when they had it on the Xbox for free, and I literally played.
2 was good.
Yeah, I played that whole game. So like, do they still have it where like the people are just basically using the machines to travel back to their ancestors' times or whoever time or whatnot?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think it would probably you're probably right. It probably work out for Assassin's Creed just because, like I said, when I first played the game, I was like, "What in the world is going on?" It seems like it's just a different person every time, and like they're just literally picking any zone or any time frame they can and just jumping in. It probably would work. Honestly, it probably would not make any sense on paper, but you would just put it into the game and it would make sense for Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed 2 was set in Spain, right?
I believe, was it? Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I think
that was kind of cool.
But it was amazing.
They need to start doing that too. Yeah, really, 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 really dope. Neo's like a feudal Japan Dark Souls. That is true. Yeah, Neo is very hard on the combat. So Spider-Man, it's the first Spider-Man in a long time. First Spider-Man game in a long time. If they focus more on this, we need to see official gameplay. I think we need to start seeing some serious stuff. We've seen a little bit of web slinging. We've seen a little bit of combat. I want to see more combat because I don't like cinematic combat. I don't like it. I don't like it. And they could really do that with the Spider-Man game, and it would ruin it for me. Completely ruin it for me. Don't make it too cinematic-y or whatever. Make it very free flowing. And I think this game would be a huge game. I think it's coming out this year, right? Is it September? Yeah, September. So big odd, man. Did you play Spider-Man 2, Jay?
I believe I played. It was either Spider-Man or Spider-Man 1 or 2. I think I played probably both. I think I remember. I can't remember which one, but I know that I sucked at it, and like I remember this part so vividly because I think it was where was he still in like like he was still in the what do you call it? Like that,
His wrestling suit.
yeah, like that wrestling suit. And
Yeah,
like
you had to fight that big dude
I don't think I made it that
in
far.
that cage.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
no, I made it to that part, but it was like a part. All I remember is like just swinging around town, and I can't.
Uh-huh.
I think it was like a part where like you were fighting like these guys on top of a building or whatever, and like I
Yeah.
could never get past it. And this was like old. I believe this was like PlayStation 1, so it's been forever. But yeah, I'm looking forward to. I'll probably go back on the game and see if I can beat it. See if I suck less this time around. But look forward to the new one.
Wow, Charles made a very, very big statement. He said Spider-Man 2 is the greatest superhero game of all time.
Mm.
I think Spider-Man 2 is a fantastic game, actually. It's a really good game, but it's superhero game. Best superhero game of all time. Get in the comments, tell me what superhero game of all time. Like, what is the superhero game of all time? Everybody in the comments get in there. I think maybe this Spider-Man that was for PlayStation 1 is still kind of undisputed to me, but I mean, at some point it has its limits. It wasn't open world like Spider-Man 2. Of course, the graphics are better given the time frame that it's in. The time frame that it came out. What other superhero games that I play?
I mean, would Batman be considered one of the? Have you played Arkham Knight?
Oh yeah, Batman Arkham Asylum.
Yeah. And now that one's a little bit more cinematic and the kind of like with the combos, but I mean, yeah, that's one that I really enjoy. There's a lot of, I mean, I won't say there's a lot of superhero games, but there's that would be a good debate that we wouldn't have time to do.
Yeah. He said Wolverine Origins. I say Wolverine's Revenge. AD said Ultimate Alliance. Ultimate Alliance is an amazing game also. There's so many games when they get like, I love when they get the groups of superheroes together. Cool. And we're not talking about what is the game called? Injustice. Injustice is a fantastic game, fighting game with all the superheroes in it. I think it's one of the best. I think it's basically one of the best fighting games right now. It is so good. Combos are so good. Everybody loves it. It's that and like the new Dragon Ball Z, of course, but yeah. Injustice, the new one, it's so good, and they keep adding all these awesome characters into it. So I think that's a good superhero game. Yeah. DC Universe is underrated. Did you play DC Universe with me?
DC Universe, is that the one that's free on PlayStation?
PlayStation. Yep.
Yeah, I have played DC Universe. I think a little bit. I think if that's the one that like allows you to create your character or whatnot, I believe I have played it a little bit, but I didn't get to like fully like immerse myself in the game.
It's limited by its genre. I'm trying to figure out what he's talking about. The greatest superhero game of its time. Yeah, Spider-Man 2 probably was. There's a lot of good ones, but there's a lot of floppers too, man. Yeah. I think all them Iron Man games, man, they weren't that good.
Yeah.
I think they had a what was the name? A Black Cat game. That wasn't that good.
Yeah. You want to know what
DC Universe took my sophomore year? Yeah, especially you had a PC on that mug. Oh man. Oh dude. That was, man, what came out during that time for me? I think Final Fantasy 13, the first one came out for me.
That was
and then
2011?
Dragon Age. Yeah. Yeah, so it was like during that time, like there was a couple good games. I think Dragon Age Origins came out that time, and I was really into that game. That was really fun. Yeah, Injustice Gods Among Us, we were just talking about that. That game is sick. Any superhero games besides Spider-Man that you waiting for, Jay?
I don't really know of any other ones. I mean, I don't know. There's a new Batman. I try to keep up with it because, like, I watch Chris Moose. He always does the Batman games, and like I said, I don't really know of any other ones. So I'm just kind of just looking forward to the Spider-Man. I actually may go and get a new PlayStation 4 and pick this game up, because now I have to wait a while. I ain't gonna probably buy it at full price, but yeah, I'm probably honestly.
If Adrian's still here, that's the question he asked you. If Adrian's still in here, he was like a Lego Batman. No, hold on, before I even answer that question, before the Lego games, what was a really good Lego game? The Lego game when
There was a lot of good ones.
yeah, the one where it was everybody. It was like Lego Marvel Universe. I don't know. It was like everybody. You can play as everybody. That was such a good Lego game. It Tashelle says Injustice felt like a reskin of Mortal Kombat to me. That's what I was about to say, but I didn't want to say it, so I'm just gonna let you say it. I think it has. I think every fighting game is gonna take a little bit from Mortal Kombat.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, I mean, really, pretty much all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat in a more infamous way was super innovative to the fighting genre, and I think every game that's gonna be like that from the side, from like a 2D, almost a 2D way, it's gonna be a lot like Mortal Kombat. But if Adrian's still in here, you gotta have the PS4 to buy them. Yeah, Adrian's still in here. He was asking, he was like, why did Jay sell his PS4? Because we've been on FIFA, dog.
Oh yeah, that's right. I've been checking out the streams. I sold my PS4. I might as well mention that. I sold it because then I found this thing called the PC. And if you haven't played on the PC, when you do, it's enough to make you can risk not playing a lot of these other games. But like I said, I may go and pick up one since there are a lot of them. I don't think I'll pick up Last of Us because that's one of the games that I want to be able to watch on YouTube. I feel like I can kind of get a better grasp and just kind of really just enjoy it. Watching someone else play it. But yeah, I probably end up picking up my PS4. But yeah, PC, the experience playing on PC is just it's unexplainable.
Yeah, PC is crazy. I think Charles can vouch for that because that PC is cold. Just period. I've been thinking about getting into it, but I know the money that goes into it, so I'm like, I'm gonna stay on PlayStation 4 and Nintendo for a little bit longer. I'll get on Xbox. I'll work my way into it. But if I got a PC, I would probably play like StarCraft on it. I'd probably play games that were exclusive to PC and that were nice on PC.
You know, like I tell people this, and I told you this, like playing on PC, literally any game that you could just think is absolutely terrible, you play it on PC, and people will give this game at least a 3-star. A game that they would give a negative 3 stars, they would give a 3-star just because it's on PC. Like that's just how much PC changes it. Like I didn't realize it, but like once I started adding and upgrading my setup, and I mean you don't really even need an expensive setup to play a lot of PC games. Like PC just makes the experience just and much more different. Like FIFA, 2K, all these games that just people just absolutely hate on console, they will give at least a 3-star, 3.5-star because it's on PC. And the comment would be nothing concerning the game. It's just like, yeah, PC is awesome. That's how powerful the PC is.
So let's right before we get off, let's talk about the last game in the Final Four is Last of Us 2. We seen one trailer. It got a little bit of controversy because of how gory it was, but I can't believe that's still a problem here in the day and age of gaming.
They didn't play Last of Us.
I don't know why it's still a problem. I don't understand, but it's Ellie's a little bit older. I don't know if you see what's his name, Joe. I think he's gonna be in the game also.
If he's not, that's no 10-star for there.
I think Last of Us 2 will take it whatever year it comes out. I think Last of Us 2 will be a phenomenal game. I played it I almost near completion. I think I ended up playing something else on the PlayStation 4, but it was super awesome. I was super hyped for that. What? So Adrian, that's how we know you haven't played nothing on PC. Like I played Sims for PlayStation 4 and then I played it for PC like literally in the same day, and I was like, screw freaking playing Sims on PlayStation 4. Completely screw it because the controls are better. Even though like PlayStation, because of how my PC is, like it probably didn't look as good. It looked good enough, and it still was just 1,000 times better. Like, and it's just PC. It's the controls, and it's down to like the smoothness. Like I've seen like Destiny being played on a PC. It's ridiculous.
You can look at the videos We have some on this channel, Destiny. Literally, you could you nailed it right on the head. The controls, for one, the controls are, you would think that it'd be tougher, but like the controls on a mouse and keyboard are just limitless. It enhances it so much. And then, like I said, just the smoothness of the game is just second. The graphic, the graphics look so much better. And like I said, even if you have a PC, if you already have a PC, you could literally buy online a graphics card, GTX or NVIDIA GTX 1050, and that'd be it.
Charles says he's gonna cut me a deal for a PC. I might take you up on that. Oh man, I'd get
Adrian, I'm telling you what I see. Now you can't debate this if you ain't been on both. Now, like I said, I'm telling you what I see. If you go and look at the people that are playing these games on console, that's like, for instance, Fortnite is a great game. Fortnite is a, in a lot of people's eyes, a fantastic game. It does everything right. There's people that love it. The game isn't bad on console. But guess what? Mm-hmm. When people switch over to PC, it's a much different experience that they don't want to go back to console playing it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true as hell. So, like, I'll just say this. Look at Skyrim on PS4 and then look at, like, Skyrim on PC without no mods, though. Because I think the modding is completely different on PC, too.
Yeah.
Like, without mods. And just see how smooth it runs.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, especially PlayStation. PlayStation has always had a problem with games of that caliber or that strength with a little bit of jank. Like, PlayStation 3, like, when Skyrim came out, it couldn't even hold it. The only console that could hold Skyrim at that time was Xbox. And that was barely. Like, barely. But with all that being said, guys, we're going to leave you guys off with just reminding you that we are doing a full, I'm calling it the Seoul Dojo's E3 show. I mean, how generic is that? But the Seoul Dojo's E3 show. Like, we're gonna have a new logo coming out. We're gonna have a Facebook that you guys can go to and like. We're gonna be updating that consistently, and we're also going to do, for all of E3, we're gonna have 4 days of nonstop crazy content. Jay's gonna be here, Key's gonna be here. Hopefully you guys can get into the post show. So we're gonna do a prediction show on, I believe it's June 7th, the week right before. We're gonna do a prediction show on we're gonna stay away from the PC show. I'm gonna do a completely different video for the PC show, but all the other ones, all 7 of the conferences, we're gonna do a prediction show, and then we're also going to do pre-show, a watch along, and a post show. Jay's gonna be here, everybody's gonna be. It's gonna be super awesome. But to keep up with that, you gotta subscribe to the Seoul Dojo Gaming channel. Jay, I appreciate you being with me, and hopefully you can be with me next week, because we're gonna talk about some awesome, super awesome stuff, man. I appreciate you being with me, dog.
No problem, man. No problem.
Thank you guys for being in the comments, my comment squad, and I'll check you guys later. All right.